We're the Whiskey Sippers, and today we're going to be looking at a budget bottle, JTS Brown Bottled and Bond.
After this. All right, so we're back. So I picked this bottle up last time I was out in Kentucky. It's JTS Brown. It's distilled at Heaven Hill. It's bottled and bond, and it's 100 proof. So we're going to do a little taste of this today to see how it is and do a little review on it.
Yeah, so actually what we're doing is we started a new series. We're calling our Budget Notebook. And what we're doing is we're taking those mid to bottom shelfers, $30 or less. We're going to do a little bit of more in-depth review of them and just give people an idea of what's out there for some budget bottles that we maybe normally don't get that much of.
Yeah.
So JTS Brown, just a little bit of the history on the bottle, Devin. JTS Brown was actually a liquor distributor to begin with originally. He partnered with a friend and they began a distribution business, and they distributed soldiers during the war. It's pretty successful.
Okay.
And eventually he bought out his partner and then went back into business with one of his brothers, and they became JTS Brown and Brothers.
Okay. Interesting.
And they actually went and bought the old McBrayer distillery, which was run down at the time. Does that name sound familiar, McBrayer?
It does sound familiar.
We tried that old McBrayer. That
The bottle and butt.
Yeah. So they originally, Old McBrayer was a brand, and they were distilling, and it ended up going out of business. They bought that distillery, and eventually he and his brother split, and his sons came on board, and they became JTS Brown and Sons.
Okay.
And
More you know.
yeah, so they ran their distillery. It was fairly successful, and eventually the distillery was bought in, I think it was 1971, by Austin Nichols.
Okay.
And it was renamed Wild Turkey. So the Wild Turkey distillery, it was JTS Brown Distillery, and before that was Old McBrayer.
Interesting.
So this also is the
know
bottle that was starred in the movie Fast Eddie Phelpson in The Hustler and Color of Money. This is what he drank, JTS Brown. So
Okay.
it was featured in those movies.
Interesting.
So just a little bit of history about the bottle.
Yeah, I did not know that. Let's dive in and see what we get here. It's got a nice light brown sugar.
You know, I get a little bit of cinnamon on that.
Yeah. A little spiciness.
You know, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of brown sugar.
This is a rye whiskey, so it is, I'm not sure about the actual...
the mash bill is 78, 10, 12.
Oh, okay.
So 78 corn, 10% rye, 12% malted barley.
Is that the same as Elijah Craig?
It may be, I'm not sure.
Let us know.
I just
I think it's one of those two on the switch on the back,
yeah,
the back end of the rye and barley or whatnot. But
yeah, I just looked up this specific bottle before we did this. So.
But yeah, it's not like overly complex, but there is a little bit of a little spice and like brown sugar.
You get a little bit of brown sugar, a little sweetness. You get a little bit of cinnamon. You get a little bit of oak.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's not like well aged, but it is a 4-year product at least. Yeah. So I'm guessing it is probably around that exact 4-year, probably even 4.5 at most.
From what I was reading, 4 years is pretty much exactly where they pull it at.
Yep.
So, but it doesn't have any ethanol burn to it. It doesn't really have the youthiness that you get off some whiskeys, where you kind of get that like green wood.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not getting that on the nose. All right.
Hey, well, cheers.
So that's really not bad for a 4-year whiskey.
For 4-year whiskey at under $20, I forget what I paid for this. Maybe like $17 or something like that.
They usually run like 15 to 17 for the 750.
Yeah. It is in a glass bottle, so that is one of my standards.
But there's a little bit of leather in there.
Yeah.
And it's got that brown sugar. You do get a little bit of youthfulness.
Yeah.
On the palate. There's a little bit of that little drying aspect, a little bit of astringency, but it's not horribly bad. But for the price.
Yeah. For a bottle to bond, under $20 product, I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, a little spicy, a little sweet after the finish. I get like a little sweet and then spicy at the same time. It's really weird.
I'm surprised I get that kind of a little bit of leather on that.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, Now, is it early times bottle and bond nice?
Oh no,
I don't know if it's there,
yeah.
but we might have to do a blind later for some more budget blinds or whatnot.
But yeah, that's a pretty good pour for the price on it for sure.
Yeah, decent finish too. So
yeah, it's got a nice lingering finish in your mouth. Now it doesn't really give you the hug. Of course, it is 100 proof.
Yeah,
but it does have a nice lingering in your mouth.
Yeah,
with the taste and enough proof to leave your kind of tongue popping.
Yeah, it definitely has something going on here. So
yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people like to make this in cocktails. And I would say this is probably more of a cocktail mixer, which you can enjoy neat, but you know.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and just try that. We'll mix it up a little bit. And we're going to do something simple. We'll just mix it with some soda, right? A lot of people have Jack and Coke, Gin and Coke, stuff like that are probably the most popular, but we'll try that.
It's a little Dr. Pepper. All right.
Chill it a little bit.
Just throw one in there. Don't want to dilute down the flavor, you know? All right.
And this is really one of my favorite. I like mixing with Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper's really good
because it's got a little bit of spice in it. Wow, that brings out a lot of sweetness. That's really sweet.
Yeah. But it also like tames like the sweetness of Dr. Pepper with a little bit of that spicy like taste of the, you know, it's bourbon. Can't go wrong with that. So.
I don't know. I think it brings out some sweetness out of the bourbon.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm not a huge cocktail guy, but let me tell you.
That's a really, really easy way to drink this. I mean, you can
I think it might be better this way. This is pretty good.
You just... That goes down easy. That goes down real easy.
Yeah, that could be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, that could be.
Like, oh, I had 3 of these? Or, whoa.
So there you go. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's a really nice budget pour.
Yeah.
I would rate it probably, I'm looking at a scale like a 1 to 10. Compared to a lot of the other budget pours I've had, I'd probably give it like a 7.
Yeah, I was thinking like a 7.5, maybe an 8. I mean, like for the price of what you're getting and the, you know, it's a bottle and bond product. It's not just a 2-year thrown together something from like Castle and Key, you know. But yeah, for the price, I think it's pretty good. So
yeah, that's something I would actually pull out and use as an opener time to time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely good enough for that, you know, that purpose.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for watching. Yeah. Thank you for everybody who subscribed, and please go down and like this video and subscribe if you like what you see.
Really helps us out, and let us know if you've tried this before, and if you kind of like this, what we're doing with this new kind of theme, let us know in the comments. So.
Yeah, and we'll do more budget bottles that I know there's a lot out there I actually haven't even tried.
Yeah.
So, all right, until next time, remember, the best bourbon or whiskey
is the one you like the most. All right, see you guys.